So two things, boys and girls. Pete DeBoer's new nickname is Petey DePablo. And whenever the players fuck up, we say, freak-a-leak the puck, because fuck you, I'm going with that. And second, Tomas Tatar will always own the Vegas Golden Knights somehow with the Montreal Canadiens. Some way, somehow, it always happens. And the Vegas Golden Knights lose in a shootout 5-4, where, yes, I'm going to spoil it to the end here. Tomas Tatar gets the shootout winning goal. And it's just unfortunate because people will keep reminding us, oh, you traded Pacioretty for Tomas Tatar. Dude, I'll gladly take that fucking trade every day, but it's just unfortunate that it's always Tomas Tatar that nets the winner against the Vegas Golden Knights. But to be fair, the fact that the Vegas Golden Knights got to a shootout is astounding because the Vegas Golden Knights did something very familiar. They conceded 3 goals in the first fucking period. You had Cousins, Kovalchuk, and Armia all getting goals in the first period. I mean, dude, when Kovalchuk scores on you, that's a fucking problem. When old man T-Rex scores on you, that's a fucking problem. No disrespect, kids, but yeah, that is total disrespect. Whenever people say that shit, it is total disrespect. Oh my God, listen. But beyond that, I mean, the first period just felt like a very frustrating roller coaster swing that we Vegas Golden Knights fans are used to by now. And we're hoping that by the second period, I mean, obviously first period, you concede 3 goals, but you still got 40 minutes of hockey left. So you're just hoping at this point, hey, Vegas Golden Knights can, get something going, get something together. And it does come in the form of 2 goals in the second period. Jonathan Marchessault, assisted by Riley Smith and Shea Theodore. And you see Marshy have these hot and cold streaks, but man, when he's hot, he's hot. He looked fantastic last night against the Canadiens. And that first line right now, makeshift first line of Cody Eakin, Riley Smith, and Jonathan Marchessault. And I apologize, boys and girls, in the last video, I actually confused the lines up. But having that makeshift lineup with no William Karlsson, it's something that they have to kind of make do with. But, I mean, when you got Riley Smith and Marshy, it's pretty solid. It's pretty easy. And really, this is where I started feeling in the second period, Carey Price and the defense was faltering a little bit. Paul Stastny getting the goal 14 minutes and 47 seconds into that second period felt like the momentum booster for the Vegas Golden Knights, and hoping that they could keep this shit going. But unfortunately, in the third period, to start off, Cousins gets the second goal of the game, 9 minutes and 40 seconds in. And when you're down 4-2 with about 10 or so minutes left in the third period, not the best outlook. Obviously, you're going to have the opposition pressing harder, maybe a little bit more aggressive on the forecheck, so that way you don't really have any viable plan to, start the attack and build up from defense. And you saw a lot of that in the Canadiens' play. I mean, they were just getting at us. And unfortunately for the Vegas Golden Knights, when they had opportunities on the power play, they couldn't do it. I mean, fortunately for them, much better on the penalty kill yesterday. And despite the chances, lost, I mean, the Vegas Golden Knights never quit. I mean, this is why we love our boys. The Vegas Golden Knights always keeps pressing, keeps going forward. And a glimmer of hope starts shining up on us 18 minutes and 2 seconds into this third period. Max Pacioretty netting the goal to make it a 1-goal deficit game. And Shea Theodore getting on the assist sheet again. Absolutely phenomenal what Shea has been able to do this season. I mean, yep, it's not going to be the be-all, end-all, kind of defenseman, breaking all the stats records. But Shea gets involved with the offense. He does tremendous work. And to get an assist, I mean, right now at this critical time where the Vegas Golden Knights only got about 2 minutes left, massive. Empty netter, 6-on-5 hockey, getting that goal, massive. And to keep that going all the way till, the very last second of the game. I mean, you got to give a huge shout out to the Vegas Golden Knights. The effort was spectacular last night. And they got their reward in an equalizer. 7 seconds left to go on the clock. 7 seconds left to go on the clock. the Montreal Canadiens concede the goal to make it a 4-4 game. And once Riley Smith equalized, netting his 20th goal of the season, Paul Stastny with the assist, Shea Theodore also with the assist. Man, I really thought the Vegas Golden Knights were going to win this game. I thought, cool, we tied it, we should be good. But unfortunately, in overtime, what ends up happening is the Vegas Golden Knights can't generate shots. It's all Marc-Andre Fleury. Marc-Andre Fleury in this overtime was unbelievable. Windmill saves, at least 2 of them. And you felt, if the Vegas Golden Knights don't get at least 2 shots here, we're fucked. And we didn't. We just kind of laid it on the line there, on the fucking belly. That's what I meant. You know, we just fucking took it lying down a little bit in that overtime. And I don't like that arrogant thought process of, oh, we're going to win in the shootout. Well, we don't really have a good history with the Canadiens in overtime. We just generally don't have a good history with the Canadiens in our 3 years in competition with the Canadiens. So I was a bit worried to go into the shootout. And Ilya Kovalchuk netting the fucking goal in the shootout already irritated me. But thankfully, Jonathan Marchessault nets one in. And then you have the misses between Cousins, Shea Theodore, Alex Tuch, Armia, all missed. But again, Tomas Tatar nets in the game-winning shootout goal. And yeah, that is all she wrote for the fucking game. And so the Vegas Golden Knights lose 5-4 in a shootout, in a game where honestly, they didn't deserve any points. They just didn't. They flat out didn't. But the last 5 minutes of that third period showed the character, showed what the hell this team was all about. Never giving up, fighting through. And it was refreshing to watch that. And I know there's still a lot of detractors, right, with Pete DeBoer. But let me give you this. Marc-Andre Fleury, yes, he did concede 4 goals last night. 28 saves on 32 shots, 875 save percentage. Compared to Carey Price, of course, 30 out of 34 saves, 882. Not all that comparable, but beyond the numbers, I feel Marc-Andre Fleury has gained a little bit more confidence over the last few weeks. I guess because of the DeBoer hire, I think there's less pressure on Fleury. I mean, the spotlight is more on DeBoer now, a.k.a. Petey DePablo. And Petey DePablo, having the limelights on him, I think it definitely helped out Marc-Andre Fleury, because before that, it was the question of, why is he not performing well? Why is he not good enough? Well, maybe it was a confidence thing. Maybe it was the fact that he didn't need any limelight, especially after the passing of his father. But in my eyes, I take away the point and I see the positives in this game for the Vegas Golden Knights. Down 3-0. Character fucking effort for the 1 point. I mean, at least you didn't lose in regulation. That's the huge fucking upside here. And you saw offense generated. You saw our defensemen also showing some initiative on offense. You have Shea Theodore. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to count this up here, boys and girls. 3 assists on the night. Out of the 4 goals, 3 assists. Paul Stastny with a goal and an assist on there as well. Just an all-around great night for the Knights, and hopefully they can keep this shit going. Obviously, next weekend, we have the NHL All-Star Games, All-Star Weekend. So the last fixture before that for the Vegas Golden Knights are going to be at Boston against the Bruins. So hopefully the Vegas Golden Knights can muster up some sort of results. This road trip is going to be long. Obviously, we won't see the Vegas Golden Knights in Vegas until February 8th. And I think the hockey guy or somebody on the YouTubes made a very good point about Pete DeBoer not coming to Vegas for a while. Again, like I talked about with the detractors, I think there is going to be a segment of Vegas Golden Knights fan who hate Pete DeBoer no matter what, right? Because Pete DeBoer has history with the Vegas Golden Knights as a San Jose coach, there's always going to be detractors. There's always going to be naysayers who aren't going to get behind him. But I call those people idiots. Because if you're a Vegas Golden Knights fan, I don't give a fuck what happens with the head coach, the GM, the fucking owner. It's the goddamn team. Of course, the owner can change the dynamic of that entire equation. But what I'm trying to say is get behind the fucking team, kids. Okay? That's all I'm trying to say. Petey DePablo isn't going to be everyone's favorite. All right? But the reality is, within the two away games that he has started coaching, he has gotten 3 points. 3 points out of a possible 4. Boys and girls, that is pretty damn good. All right? To start off your fucking career in a very, ex-rival infested waters, that's pretty impressive. So hopefully, Petey DePablo could keep this going against the fucking Bruins. So, go Knights, go. Sucks that we lost, but we still got the point. So, follow me at the Sky Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents. Now, fuck off.